Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I am going to show you what is in, or what was in, the March AJ kit. The AJ kit is a kit that you get quarterly. We do have some people that are signed up on that. I'll leave the link below if you want to sign up, if you're not already. But I thought I would show you what comes in the kit, and then I think we're going to put together a little travel journal. Since this is beach themed, and I just got back from the cold beach. It wasn't warm, it was cold. And I plan on taking the grandkids again sometime this summer. I'm going to make a little travel journal that I can take down there and take some pictures of them and do some journaling in, that kind of thing. So, this is what comes in your kit. The beach is calling, and this is the ephemera assortment pack. There are, let's see, 56 assorted pieces, I do believe, in this. And that is just a few of them right there. Then you get the Weathered Wood Distress Ink from Tim Holtz. This is a beautiful color to go with this. I love it. You get some beautiful bling. I love these big ones. Can make them look like little buttons on there if you wanted to. They've got that dimension. You get some charms. I don't know if everybody got the same amount of charms or if they got these. I don't know because I don't put these kits together. Aaron and his dad do. But these are the charms I get. Normally I get a kit that's not complete and they just give me the leftovers. So that's what I got. And they're metal. And then you get some glossine bags. You get a gel pen. This is metallic. Oh, what color is it? This is a Sakura. One of the best pens out there. It's a Sakura. Let's see if I can find something to write on. Maybe I can write on this. Oh, that's pretty. It shines. I don't know if you can see that. I like that. Again, I don't know if everybody got the same color I did. I don't know. Hopefully you did. If you didn't, then it'll be a pretty color, I'm sure. Then you get some of this Rick Rack. This is it doesn't have glitter on it, but it's a shiny Rick Rack. That'll be pretty. You get some tan colored small doilies. You do get your thread and your needle. Now, I told them not to give me a needle in mine because I have plenty of needles. But you do get your thread and needle to bind. This is our wax thread. You get some large doilies. I love including these on the inside of my journals, the large ones. Then you get some vintage book pages. Don't know if everybody got the same book pages as I did. I don't know. I'm just showing you basics that come in the kit. I think it's 5 or 6 of those. Then you get some of our dark grid paper. Now this paper we use a lot in different kits. I use this paper in a lot of my journals because it's easy to write on. It's got the dark grid so you can use that as lines if you want to. It's just a good quality paper. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 sheets. Hopefully that's what you got. If you didn't, then mine or yours is wrong. Now, I got the torn paper, which is fine because I'll still use this. This is the newspaper print paper, and it's what they print newspapers on. It's a very light paper. You can put this in your printer and print it, or at least my printer prints on this. I don't know about yours, but mine does. So you got some sheets of that. Then you got sheets of my favorite backing paper, and this is the drawing paper that I get, and mine is a little bit discolored, and I told them to give me that, and that's fine. If it's a little discolored, that doesn't bother me because I'll ink around it or tear it up or whatever. You got a piece of 12 by 12 vellum paper. Now this is a big vellum paper. I didn't realize I was getting this. This is a big one. Usually we just have the 8.5 by 11, but this is a 12 by 12. And it's a good quality. You get 2 sheets of basil paper. One is in a pale pink color and the other one's in the blue that's in here. And I think this also has some pale pink in it if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere I saw that, I thought. Oh well, anyway. You get some of that, 2 sheets of that, and then you get the full pack of this 12 by 12 Graphic 45, The Beach is Calling collection. And I will definitely cut these out and use them. I'll cut a lot of this out and use it because I don't waste anything. And you can use this for the backing on your tags. If you want to make your tags a little thicker, use this to make them thicker. So here is the paper. You get 2 sheets of each design on this. There's the backing. Isn't that pretty? Okay, here's these 2 and the backing. Love this one. Look at those postcards. Oh my goodness. I will definitely be cutting those out and stamping on them and everything else. Now, I love smelling Graphic 45 paper. Oh my goodness. If I could just work in their warehouse for about a week, just smelling their paper. But this is a really good quality paper. You know Graphic 45. It's good paper. And then on the back, you have that. So when you cut these out, this can be the writing side, and then this can be your photo side or your ephemera side. Love that. And then these are 2 sheets of this. You could cut that as like a border on your page. I have no clue how we're going to make this journal, but we're going to make one. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I like that. And then got these. Oh, I'll be cutting those out for sure. There's borders, and then there's stamps down here at the bottom. More borders, and then all this ephemera you can cut out. And then that's the back side of it, so got it made. And then you get 2 of these. Oh, that's pretty. All the shells on it. And then 2 of these. Oh, that might be the front of my journal right there. I like that. Okay, so let me see if how many pages you get. Let me look. Find the front again. You get 2 sheets of all 8 double-sided paper. So you get 16 sheets of paper in here, and then this nice cover. I'll be using this for backings of tags, and then I'll be cutting some of these out. So I'll be using a lot of these pieces. I'll probably cut this out and use it on maybe the cover or something. So now let's see what I have got to play with. I got 2 of these envelopes out of my stash. And the reason I pulled these is because to me, let me grab a piece of this paper that I looked at. It has a little bit of like a gold fleek to it. See if I can get one that you can actually see. See that little bit of gold in there? And I thought it would match this pretty well. Look at that. See? So I'm going to use these envelopes. Now, they're very, very tall. Let me see how tall these are. These are going to be way too tall for a journal that I want, but these are 11 inches. Now, you could make a journal 11 inches if you wanted to, but I don't want to make mine quite that tall. So I will probably be folding mine up. Now, I want to decide how I want to put these together. I had thought about doing them this way and then just joining them here and then have a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side to put, you know, like your little receipts or tickets or whatever in. And then folding this up to make another pocket here on the front and the back. So let's see how far we would have to fold that up. That is 11 inches. I'd like to have it 9. So I have no idea where my pencil is. I'm going to have to write on it with this. There's 9. So if we folded that up to 9, our fold would be about right there. And then we would cut this part right here off, that part. I kind of like that. Okay. Let's just make sure this one's folded the same way. It may not be exactly at 9, but if they're both folded the same way, I'm gonna fold it this way first just so I can get my mark in there. We're expecting some really, really high winds here in a little while, so I'm trying to get my business taken care of so I can get out of this craft room and out of the shop and back in the house and just wait around and see what happens. I'm hoping that we don't get any bad weather like tornadoes or anything. Okay, I'm going to start by just cutting this little piece right here off. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And then to make it look just like the other end, I'm going to do this. Now, these envelopes, I don't know what they're called. I got them in some Happy Mail, but I'll tell you the size of them in just a second. I'm just going to put those together, and then I'm just going to do that. There, I got both of my sides the same again. All right, let me tell you what size these are. These are 11 inches by 11 by 4 3/4. So they're pretty good size. They're probably a legal size envelope, I guess. I don't know. Now that will fold up like that, but this comes a little bit too far in there, so I'm going to trim that right at the edge of this. So now, see, when I fold it down and I glue it, I'll still have this full pocket here. I keep holding it up too high, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm doing that. I know where my camera is. All right. So let's get a good fold in that. Then we'll get started. So I know a lot of you are planning on going on vacations this year. A lot of people go to the beach like I do. I love the beach. So this will be a kit for you. We have, I don't know, I think we only have like 8 left, I want to say, but I'll link them below, and if you want one, you better grab it in a hurry, because when they're gone, they're gone. We don't have anything to put more together with. We usually purchase probably about 25% more than what we need to fill orders with our members, and then, you know, when they're gone, they're gone. We can't get any more. I've had people ask about kits from last year. You know, we just can't do that. When they're gone, they're gone. Okay, so there's that one. So I have a pocket here. Now, if you don't want this bulk in here, you can just cut this out and have it at one layer. It's not that thick, so I'm just going to leave mine. It's not going to be that thick when I glue it down. Okay, I like that so far. Now, I still want to join these right there. And I'm just thinking of how I want to join them. Let me think a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to join it. I think I'm going to join them with a piece of this. I think this is like a canvas fabric. And if it's, oh my gracious, that's tough stuff. I think it will look good on the outside and inside because it frays, and I love fabric that frays. See, just tearing it makes it fray. Okay. Now, of course, I don't need a piece quite that long. Put that one back for something else. So I'm going to put a piece of this on the inside and the outside. See if I can get them both cut the same. They don't have to be, but for some reason today I'm being a little bit particular. I don't know why. I may put a little tape under there too. Oh. Jeez Louise. Oh. Definitely this stuff's not going to tear up. Took all my strength to tear it. Now, some people save those strings. I've got a whole box full of strings, so I really don't need any more. But you can save them if you want to. Okay. Got that right there. And we'll save that piece for something else. And then I'm going to fray the ends just a little bit. And there we go. So let's see if we want a little piece of tape on this. And I think I'm going to use some of this. This is Tac Tape, but I think all I'm going to use is just half of it. I'm not going to use the whole width because this is pretty wide. So what I'm going to do is lay it on my mat. And then, hopefully, this will work. I don't know if this will work or not. I've never torn Tac Tape before. Well, I guess it did. It seemed to work. Now I'm going to put this up the other way so that I can get to it a little bit better. Now, what Tac Tape is, it's a tape that has fibers in it, and you cannot tear it. I just tore it down the middle, but you cannot tear it if you're just trying to tear it crossways. So once you put this down, you can stick your needles through it and all of that, and it's not going to tear apart. Okay. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And I'm just trying to get the ends kind of sort of straight. They don't have to be perfect. You guys know I don't do anything perfect. My daddy used to say, when I'd say, "Oh, Daddy, I don't know how to do that. I can't do it. I can't do it as good as you can." He'd say, "I didn't tell you to do it perfect. I just told you to make an effort. Do it the best you can." So I learned that lesson a long time ago. You just do the best you can. It doesn't have to be like somebody else does. There we go. Okay, now we have that on there. And they will still fold up right there in the middle. Oh, I think I'm going to like this journal. I like all of my journals. I like every journal. That's my problem. I don't want to get rid of them. I want to keep them all. This is my PVA tape, and I have not opened it in a while. So I am opening the whole thing and just dipping my little brush thing down in there, because I need to clean that top. I've let this set up for a while. So now PVA tape, PVA glue normally sticks very well to anything like this, even though it looks like it's not going to. I've never had a problem with it before, and I had put it down on top of Tac. So we shall see. I'm going to let it hang out a little bit on that end. And I just like to smooth it down as much as possible. Make sure that glue goes right in those fibers of that material. Okay. I'm going to flip it over this way. Do the same thing. Yeah, I'm filming this on Tuesday. You won't actually see it until Wednesday, because I'm not going to try to upload tonight. Tonight's when we're supposed to have the storms. So if you get it and you think, "Oh, they're not having storms today. What's she talking about?" We were having storms when I filmed this. Or about to. It's just cloudy and windy right now. But they're saying the wind's going to get really high like 60-mile-an-hour winds. If we get that, we'll have a lot of power outage. Because our power poles are top of the ground and they're not very strong, most of them. And my power goes out every time the wind blows anyway. Okay, there we go with that. Go ahead and put the top back on this, even though I need to clean it out. I'm not going to do it right now. All right. Now, that will go up. You have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and pocket here. And we'll stitch our signature in right here. Now, let me think about how I want to put what I want to put into my signature. I want to use some of those papers, but I'm going to use some other things too. These are going to, I think I'll put maybe Velcro or magnets on these so they'll close over. So that would go that way, that way, that way. And then I'm not going to fold it up right now because it's still drying. But when that dries, we'll start adding some things too. I'm going to lay that over and clean this off, and then we'll get busy putting some pages together. And while our cover is drying, I thought I would take some of this paper, and folding it this way is going to be just the right size to go in here. So now I'm going to tear off the bottom, of course, because it's too big or too long. Then we'll save that for something else. We can make pockets out of it or whatever. I've already done one here with my stencils. I love that. This is our coffee stencil, and this is my number stencil. I will do the inside too, but I may stamp the inside, just lightly stamp. You can still write on this, even though I've got it kind of dark. I was just wanting to make it darker so that I could show you guys what it looked like, but you can still write on that. And I've got that folded crooked. So let's do this one. I'm going to use Melina's. This is the stencil that Melina made, and I think it's Moroccan. No, not Moroccan. I don't remember what the name of it is. I'll link it below. Something ceiling. Lord. You know me and names. They just escape me. But as you can see, it's the right length, and it's the same width that you would do on a normal sheet of your journal page. Now, I've got ink on here already. I don't wash mine off normally. I just use the ink that's on there and blend it all together. It doesn't matter to me. If you want to make it just with the blue, then you need to wash it. But I like to just use what ink's on there. And this one I'll make a little bit lighter in certain spots and a little darker in certain spots. And it can still be written on. Now, a lot of people tape these down so that you don't have to hold it. I usually hold it, and then if it slides, it just slides. Just don't worry about it. See? Now, you don't have to have one of these. You can do this with a sponge or with your regular dauber, whatever you have. Just grab something. If you got a little piece of makeup sponge, it'll work. Okay, now the ones that I made dark, I'm going to make them kind of dark, kind of darker. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I like that. Now, I should have slid it on up to where this part didn't have that little thing there, and I didn't, so guess what we're going to do? We are going to do this. I'm going to try to come in here and lay this down and then go over that, because I don't want that little edge there that's not inked. You can slide it up and you won't have that, but there we go. I do have a little edge over here, but I had to hold it. Well, you don't have to hold it. You could have put it in the middle like this and then taped it on both sides, but you know, if you want to close that in, just do the same thing that I did up there. Just do it like, I will have to match it up. Hold on. It's not a big deal to me, but we'll just show you how to fix it. You might do this on another one and you want to fix it. There we go. It's fixed. So that is one page. I love that. And you can write on that. And then we're going to do this side. And on this side, I think I'm going to use my beeline stencil. Now this one makes lines so that you can write on. Now someone said the lines are too far apart. I don't like that. Well, all you need to do is what I'm about to show you. I'm just going to kind of... Now this one I'm going to tape down. Just show you how we tape it down if you want to. You don't have to, but we'll just do it on this one, I think. If I can find a washi. I have to find a washi that I don't use a lot because I don't want to use my good ones. This one I use, but not a lot. And it's got a good glue on it, so we'll use that. So just tape it down to your surface. Put your page under there. Kind of get your page straight if you can. That looks good enough for me. I'm not particular. And then this one has ink on it too, as you can see. I don't mind because I just want some faint lines across here. Just lines that you can write on. So I'm blending all of that. Look at that. I love the color that it blends to. This ink being wet and new, it just reactivates that ink. Cool. That's why I don't wash my stencils. But a lot of people like to wash them, and that's fine. You can. I could still wash this and all of that would come off, but I just don't. I just use every little bit of ink that's on there. Okay. Now, I'll take this up and show you. There's my lines. Now, if those lines are too far apart for you, all you got to do is go back in between. And if I could get my head up over it, I could do this a lot easier, but I can't get my head up over the shot because you would see my fuzzy how if I did. Just kind of line it up as best you can, like that. And this may not be completely straight, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It'll still be fine. I may have some lines going south and some lines going north. Okay. Now you've got closer lines. That's all you have to do. Is just slide it around. Just move it around. So now I've got really close lines where you can do all of your journaling on there. And I left that at the top intentionally. I love that. So there is those two pages that already have something on them. Now on the inside, I'm probably going to do some stamping. So I'm going to leave that. Okay, we've done our coffee one. We've done our number one. And we've done this one. If I could remember the name of it. So I'm just going to put these back in and I'm going to grab some stamps and we'll do some stamping on the inside. Okay, I'm going to open these up and I'm going to start out with this Tim Holtz stamp. You can see it's well loved. I don't even, let's see, do I have a stamp block over here? I don't think I do. Well, I do, I don't know. Yeah, it may fit. Normally, I don't use a stamp block. Well, see, it won't even stay on there anyway. Okay. On the stamp block, let's see. That's up. So I am going to put a light coat of this. I'm not going to put anything heavy on here, just light. This is the weathered wood. I just want it stamped in certain places. Oh, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and go right there. And we'll go ahead and go down here. I don't mind if it's a little light-ish. That doesn't bother me. I like that. Okay, there's that side. And I think I'll use another stamp for the other side. Will I? No, I won't. I'm going to use the same one. Same one. Even though these pages will not be together, we're going to use the same one. Ooh. See, that's why I normally don't use a stamp block. These bigger stamps just don't work too well. That's okay. And I can tape it on the stamp block. That's no biggie. I don't want to take the time to do it, truthfully. There we go. And then, there we go. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, let me tell you, this distress ink on this paper does take just a few seconds to dry. You may see the shininess of it right now, then it's still wet. So I'm just going to lay this aside with it open and let it dry, because you don't want to fool with it too much when it's wet, because it will smear. And most of the time, I don't worry about it smearing, but now here again, you can clean off your stamp if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how the notion strikes me. Ooh-wee, that stamp's dirty. Okay. And I have a stamp cleaner, but it's more trouble than it's worth, so I don't ever get it out. Right, I think we'll use this one. This is a Wendy Versace Studio 490, I do believe. Yeah, Stampers Anonymous. I guess I said her name right. Wendy Versace or Versace or something. Okay, I think both of you towels have had it. So let's use this ink again. This one hasn't been used very much. I can actually see where I'm putting the ink. I'm just going to darken the ink in certain places, and then other places I'm just going to have it light. And hopefully it's going to stay on my stamp block. Let's see. I'm not going to go over the seam or the spine part. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Have no clue what it says, but it's pretty. Okay. Ooh, I think I didn't put it on the side that it's actually going to be in the middle. Oh, I like that. Now, you can stamp the same thing on the other side, which is what I'm going to do, or you can put something else over here. These are going to be in separate places in the journal, so they don't have to match. Okay, I had to get another wet and dry towel. Now, someone asked me were my wipes wet or dry. These are wet. These are dry. This is a paper towel that I use in my kitchen, and I use it to dry my hands on, and I don't throw them away. I bring them out here and use them again in my craft room because I just got through washing my hands and drying them, so the towel is clean. Now these are, see how big these are? These are actually from the dollar store, and they are the big adult wipes. They call them washcloths. But I get them at my dollar store for like $1 and something for a great big pack. And that's what I use on my desk and on my stamps, because these don't, you know how baby wipes, when you're using them on your stamps, they come apart? And baby wipes also has an alcohol in them that these don't, or a lot of baby wipes do. So I like to use these because it doesn't leave a residue on my stamps or on my surface. So I just go to my dollar store and grab a couple of packs of them and keep them out here. One pack will last a long time. See how my stamp pad was doing that? If you rub your stamp pad, it will come apart a little bit like that. So don't rub it back and forth. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. I think I'm going to see if it'll stamp again. I think it will. Oh, yes. I love that. That looks just like an old letter. Love it. And you could have done this in brown, whatever. I just wanted to use the ink that come in the kit. I love that weathered wood. Okay. We'll clean this one off a little bit. But you see, you can rub these any way that you want, and all of that little residue doesn't come off on your stamps like the regular baby wipes does. That's why I like them. Now, before you put your stamps up, just a little tidbit. Make sure that they're nice and dry before you put them back in your plastic bag or whatever you keep them in. Because if they're not, they can mildew. Stamps can mildew. So just make sure they're nice and dry before you put them up. I usually just leave mine on my desk till the next morning, and then I put them away. Because I do keep mine in some plastic bags. All right. There are two nice, and one of them I may fold, which I'm not going to fold it right now because it's still wet. One of them I'll fold this way, and the other one I'll fold the other way. But isn't that pretty? And this is just made with stencils and stamps. So grab some of that paper that you got in your kit that's just plain, and you're thinking, what am I going to do with that? It's plain. I don't want to use plain paper. Do this. Do it like this. All right, let me lay those aside. I'm going to let those dry well. And then I'm going to tear. Let me put my stamps over here so they can be dry. And then I'm going to tear some of this other paper down, just so that we can have it ready to go in the journal. Now, I won't get this journal finished today. I probably won't even get anything stitched in. But I wanted to do the video today because I have no clue what my weather is going to be like. That's not cut off short enough, Edith. And I just wanted to get it done. Plus, tomorrow I have some company coming from out of town, and I want to spend time with them. We're going to take them out to eat, and I won't have time tomorrow night. Now, this one I think I'm just going to tear in half, or somewhere close to half, and use it top and bottom. You can print on these if you want. I may print on one just to show you what it looks like. I may just grab that one and print on it. I'm going to go ahead. You can print on these as well. Go ahead and tear this. Let's see. I think I'll just do the same. I want some uneven pages. Okay, let me print on, I tell you what, I'm going to print on this one too. Let me print on these 3 pages, and then I'll come right back and just show you how they print and what they look like. So I wanted to show you that you can print on these pages. This is the newspaper print, and you can see that. Look, that's my lighthouse. But printed on there, and then on the back I just put the beach. And then this one is that backing paper like I like to use, and I didn't do a good job trimming, but we can trim that off. It's that writing paper that I get off of Amazon. And I tried to print on the back of it, but it actually pulled another sheet through, which is no big deal. I'll still use it because really the back of that didn't even need to be printed on. And then this is the dot grid paper. Look at that. I love the little dots in there. That doesn't bother me at all. I love that. But they printed very well, as you can see. And then this is the one that it tried to pull through too. So that doesn't bother me either. I will use that as well. But I love it. Now my printer is used to a heavier paper, so I'm sure that's why it's trying to pull through through. And I didn't reset everything, so your printer will probably do much better than mine. But I have printed on these sheets like this before with no problem. So I was just in a hurry today because, like I said, the storm is roaring out there already, so I'm gonna get off of this pretty quick. Now this is dry, so I went ahead and folded it. I love the crunchiness of it. That's gonna be a good size right there. I like that. And we will probably put just one signature in here. I did trim a little bit right here just so that those wouldn't crash in when you started folding it. Now this is going to be a little bit aggravating to fold for a while because I've got so much tape and everything in there, but I'm just going to put this under a heavy book and it'll be fine. It will be just fine. And then we'll cover this. We'll put some paper in here and here, there, and then we'll put our signature in. So if you've got some envelopes this size, grab them. You can use them. Grab one of these AJ kits. You are going to want it because when I get finished making this, you're going to want this. I know you are. All right, guys, that is it for our video today. I would do more, but like I said, it's getting pretty dark out there right now. So I'm going to get off of here and get back in the house where I'm a little bit safer than I am sitting out here. And we will talk to you tomorrow, and I'll probably finish this little journal up. I'm just going to pull a few pages to put in here, do some covering, and we'll finish it up on camera. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.